Regina Ray. Okay. I see Makbul Mohammed. Okay. I see Raymond Ofula. These are people I've never, ever, ever interacted with.
Right.
I see the late Papa Shirandula. He was a politician in the show.
Right.
Like everybody who was anyone in the industry.
Every big name
was in Makutano Junction.
Right.
Because it was the only hit show then.
Yep.
So I'm given the dates to go for the shoot. We were supposed to be picked at Butter Hilton.
Right.
And taken to Green Acres, Limuru.
Right.
So I wear my suit, you know, I have to present myself and, you know. So I get there, I get into the bus and everybody's just relaxed and I'm the only one who's scared stiff.
Yep.
Guys are in their t-shirts, in their, you know, their tracksuits. But I was so starstruck.
Right.
I did not say a thing until I got to the set.
Well, a very, very warm welcome to the Goldmine Show. Absolutely excited just to bring this show to you. You know, as always, my friend, we see you as the Goldmine, and we will do all that we can to keep encouraging you, to keep inspiring you, to keep challenging you, and to keep bringing up stories that truly remind you of the greatness that is inside of you, man. Follow us on the Goldmine Show on Facebook, on Instagram, as well as on YouTube. And let's keep building a great community that believes in our collective greatness, man. Today, we have an amazing, amazing show, man. We've got some of the finest, my friend. When I say finest, I mean the finest, my friend. Producer, director, when you go to Crime and Justice, lead role right about there and everywhere in between, my brother, just to keep encouraging you. And therefore, man, without any further ado, man, drums rolling! Alfred Munyua!
Asante sana, man. Asante.
It's how, man?
I'm good.
Good to see you, man.
Corona to
tunangoja like this, eh? Tushafanya, man. It's all right, man. Tutakuwa sawa. Tuko sawa, man. Tuko sawa. By the way, even talking about it, man,
yeah.
I want to encourage everybody to take this vaccine. And I want to confirm, man, I've taken mine both.
Both, yeah?
Both.
Oh, you're lucky. Wewe Uhuru Naruto.
Unajua sasa sisi essential service workers, you know?
That is very nice.
Essential service workers, man. So good to have you, man.
Thank you, sir.
You are many things.
Well, yeah.
Many things to many people, man.
Thank God. Yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah?
So my name is Alfred Munoz.
Right.
I'm a very young guy.
Yep.
I'm a script writer.
Right.
I'm a director.
Right.
I'm a stage, TV, and film actor.
Right.
And most importantly, I am a father.
Right.
Yes.
And that's an important part, man.
Very important.
Of course, at some point, we'll discuss how you balance all of this with being a father as well.
Well, we will.
We will discuss.
Yes, we will.
But script writing, my friend.
Yes.
When did all of this stuff begin?
It began when God planned it.
Yep.
That's when it began, I'm sure.
God was in the plan.
I'm sure. Because it's a God-given talent.
Right.
So he has to be involved.
Right.
I think, to my knowledge, I noticed the gift inside me when I was in primary school.
Right.
We had very keen teachers back then in Machakos Primary.
Right.
Who could spot talent and gifts right on.
Right.
So there's a teacher called Mr. Masaka.
Right.
That noticed me sometime when I was in a little bit of trouble. And then he called me up and told me to explain what I've done. So I did it in a very meticulous and articulate way. Right. It was like, clap for this boy. So I wondered, how could he want me to be clapped for when I'm from doing some mess?
You're in trouble.
So from there, he insisted that in all the parents' days and all the prize-giving days, I'm the one to do the vote of thanks, to do the speeches and whatnot.
Right.
And also my composition and inshas were very good.
Right.
I had the worst handwriting, but the best stories.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think God had put it inside me, and then I realized around primary Apple.
Right.
Yes.
So a scene that was mischief ended up becoming a platform for bigger things.
Exactly.
And therefore, your teacher just picked it out.
Yeah, he did. I'm telling you, I don't know how he did it, but before that, I did not have the confidence or the belief to be in front of crowds.
Right.
But it worked. I mean, I could do very nice speeches. Then I started writing songs, then poems. Then in high school, I could write all the scripts for the drama festivals.
Really?
Yeah, for the narratives, for the choral verses. And then we could all go for nationals every time. So every day and every other thing that I did towards this craft made me believe more and more that this is for me.
And I can imagine, Maze, I mean, you're in high school, you've drafted the scripts, guys have gathered around your script, you're directing it and all of that stuff. Then you're at the Nationals, man.
Yes, man.
How was that like, man?
It was really gratifying because it was a chance to be out of school.
You had a trip out of school.
It was legit.
Yeah,
and then, you know, just carrying the school flag up high and meeting the other likes of Akina Friends School Kamusinga, Nairobi School, you know, the heavyweights of drama festivals. And I'm in some school in Kitui, St. Charles, Luanga, which didn't even have drama by the time I was getting in. It was
so you created a drama club?
Yes, I did. I was a chairman from Form 1 to Form 4.
And guys are just milling around your scripts.
Yeah, write the choral verses, one Swahili, one English. I do my narrative, my solo verse there, because I had to have my, if you guys mess up, I'll still go for nationals.
Yeah,
so it became, I also used to write for other schools. And then, it became a craft.
And this is in high school?
This is in high school.
Whoa.
Yeah. Then after high school, I started up a set book group. You know, the teacher training colleges and high schools have set books, both English and Swahili for literature. So I got a few guys from Machakos. Machakos is my hometown. So I got a few friends. We were 12 of us. I trained them over Kina Merchant of Venice, Kifo Kisimani, Musho Wakosa, and even teacher training colleges. We went to colleges as young as we were, all over Kenya.
This is just after high school?
Yep. Then I organized, my mom gave me some funds for our car to go around and market our school. You can imagine an 18-year-old going to a headmaster's office. Hello, my name is Alfred Munoz. I was wondering if my group can come and do set books. Then the teacher would be like, how old are you? 18. Are you sure?
You look like one of my students.
You know? They're like, give us a chance. Then when we give them a chance, the word spreads rounds because this teacher will tell other teachers and then we get called all over. So we did like 2 years all over Kenya. And then everybody got called for colleges and, you know, universities. So we had to break out and, you know, everybody.
But it must have been 2 very impactful years.
It was. Because to manage my fellow friends, like my fellow age mates, and to group them and to have a disciplined group that parents will trust to go all over the country for months on end without going back home and still bring a good report home and still bring money home. I mean, it was a plus for everyone.
And talking about discipline, I mean, it must have taken also a lot of discipline for you just guys to pull yourselves together and do this stuff.
Well, it had to because, you know, one, we were friends. And distancing the friendship to serious work, it's quite a pain. And at the time, you know, we were young, so michezo lazima, you had to play around a lot. So to like bring guys to be serious and work on what you're doing, it had to take God. We cried sometimes. We had to send others away. We had to have very serious arguments just to make the production right. And we did. Trust me, we did. It wasn't perfect, but I must say we did a good job.
You know, I'm trying to imagine a 19-year-old, even today.
Organizing guys. And
organizing guys.
To parents. Too.
Absolutely knocking on high schools and saying, we've got something to offer you. Putting your teams together and just getting that stuff done.
Like there's one instance, we went to Kaimosi Teachers College back then. And they were like, do you know that we are the national champions for drama in colleges and universities? We're like, well, it's okay, but can you give us a chance and maybe see how bad we can do? By the end of Act 1, in a book called Pango, they were on their feet. We're like, relax, we're still on Act 1. There's more. You know, so it was really gratifying to see, as young as we were, we could send the message and entertain older people, plus the teachers and the lecturers, all in one stride. It was an awesome feeling. And some of us retained that. And some of the group members still stuck to acting. Like after that, I went into professional theater. I joined Heartstrings Kenya because I went to campus to do my journalism degree. So I had to go to Heartstrings Kenya under Victor Bear and Simon Mwangi. They really guided me. Myself and a guy called Nixon Kirwa. He was also in the group. We were really now elevated from the drama to now professional theater. No jokes, like serious blocking, serious plays. You know, we had Samuel French plays, we had old British comedy plays, and then you see Larry Asego on stage. You're sharing the stage with Larry Asego, Akina Churchill, you know, Sami Mwangi himself. So it was a really encouraging point in my life, and I wish every artist or every aspiring artist will consider going through the stage performances because it haunts you. It keeps your memory in check because there's no take two.
Right.
It's pa, pa, pa,
This
pa.
is it.
You know, there's no going back. Hakuna ati, oops, no.
No.
It's, you know, it's flowing all the way up to the last act.
Right.
So the discipline part and timekeeping, and you know, like the various angles of discipline were honed better in the professional theater. Then after that, someone saw me doing one of my plays. It was at Alliance Francaise. His name is David Campbell. He's MD for Media E, the guy who does Makutano Junction.
Yep.
Shamba Shape Up.
Right.
That's the guy.
Right.
So he wanted a cast for a major role. I was supposed to be Makbul Mohammed, you know him? I was to act as his brother. So I'm doing my show then, kumbe this guy is auditioning me without me knowing. So after that, I was called to the Media E offices. I was, I think, 22 then, and I was supposed to act as a 30-year-old virgin. So there I was. I've never even ventured into TV. I had never gone for a TV audition before. And then here I am. I'm being told now, this is the script. Ebu, give us a few lines from there. So I did my part and God opened a way and I got a main role in Makutano Junction. So that's when now my TV...
This is a 22-year-old.
Yes, I was 22 years old.
So I'm just trying to play back and we'll be coming down in there.
Yes.
Man, at 18, 19, you're all over the country.
Yes.
You're like the guy leading everybody.
No, it was a group.
But you're the de facto leader of this group.
We were like, we were like 3 main leaders, but yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
And all over the country, doing it in colleges, doing it in high schools and all of that stuff. Then you've kutana with Larry, and now this is you now on television.
Yes.
At 22.
Yes.
Main role.
Yes, man.
On your first show, woman.
Yeah, man.
On your first
On
one.
my first show.
Not even a support role, main thing.
Main actor. It was the most shocking and scaring part of my life because I did not know what to expect, and I was not an ardent fan of Makutano Junction at the time.
Right.
So I had to watch a few episodes and actually understand what is this I'm getting myself into. So I watched an episode and see Regina Ray. You know Regina Ray?
Yes, I know Regina Ray.
At the time she had done Who's Smarter Now, you know, and I'm like, Regina Ray. Okay. I see Makbul Mohammed. Okay. I see Raymond Ofula. These are people I've never, ever, ever interacted with.
Right.
I see the late Papa Shirando, who was a politician in the show.
Right.
Like everybody who was anyone in the industry.
Every big name
was in Makutano Junction.
Right.
Because it was the only hit show then.
Yep.
So I'm given the dates to go for the shoot. We were supposed to be picked at Butter Hilton.
Right.
And taken to Green Acres, Limuru.
Right.
So I wear my suit, you know, I have to present myself and, you know. So I get there, I get into the bus and everybody's just relaxed and I'm the only one who's scared stiff.
Yep.
Guys are in their T-shirts, in their, you know, their tracksuits. But I was so starstruck.
Right.
I did not say a thing until I got to the set.
Right.
And after that, I chickened out and went and hid with some of the young crew.
Right.
Because I could not see myself in the same table with Akina Ainea or Giambo.
Right.
That was not my plate.
I mean, those are big names.
Those are big names. Who is Alfred?
Accomplished
Who is
guys.
Alfie,
Man.
man?
At 22-year-old.
A theater guy there from Machakos.
Yeah. But you know, you also bring a very important point because you were not aware that you're being auditioned while you're doing your stuff.
I wasn't.
And a guy in the audience is just picking you out, following your stuff. And sometimes we never know who is in the audience.
That's true. That's why every show should be done as good as the last show. You have to be at the best at your job because, like, for example, I've done 0 budget shows.
Right.
I've done high budget films.
Right.
I've done free stuff.
Right.
I've done family stuff. But you have, if you've accepted to help someone or to be in a project,
right,
no matter the price, no matter the environment, you have to give it your very best.
The very
because
best.
You do not know who will get to watch it.
Right.
You might do like a short film here, you're like, it's just a short film.
Right.
But what if someone from Cannes Festival gets to watch maybe someone will submit it to ZIF, Zanzibar International Film Festival,
right,
or anyone else,
right,
or anywhere else,
right,
and someone can pick it up and be like, wait, okay, who is that?
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And then you get a call,
yep,
and that might be your life-changing call.
Absolutely.
So you can't second play or second guess every. Like right now, I'm doing my best here.
Right.
Because I don't know who will watch this.
Kabisa.
This is a very big show.
Right.
And it's on YouTube.
Right.
So someone can see it.
Right.
And someone might want to know, who is this Alfred Munoz?
Yep.
Who's this scriptwriter?
Right.
Who's this passionate director? Whatever.
Right.
So you have to do it like there's no tomorrow.
Give it your very best.
Give it your very best. If not, don't do it.
Don't be in it.
Don't do it.
Just walk out of it.
I mean, if it's a road deal, that's why I say, in all the jobs I've done, people say I'm asumbua, I'm difficult to work with. You know why? Because once we agree, when you tell me your terms and I tell you my terms, and I stick to mine, what makes you not stick to yours?
You'd better stick to yours as well.
You better stick to yours.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure I will do more than was expected because it's something I already love doing.
Right.
That's why I came.
Right.
You get?
And you will give it the very best, 100%.
You know, so I don't want to disappoint God.
Right.
And my mom prays so much.
Wow.
So I cannot just take it for granted.
I mean, that's profound, but
I cannot take it for granted.
Right.
I have to give it due diligence because most of the jobs I get, it's not because of me. It's because that lady prays honestly. Because every time I get an audition call, I tell her about it. Yo, Mom, kuna ka audition. She's like, okay, how much?
How much are they paying?
How much
you?
is it?
Right.
Then so she takes it to heart and she decides to, go to God.
Right.
When I tell her, I feel like I'm there.
Right.
Then I go back to the audition brief. I look at it carefully. What do they need? Blah, blah, blah. Then now I prepare myself and go for the audition.
Right. Right.
I've never been given a job. Sijawai itiwa. You know the way
You
people want.
work for it.
There's no role I've done that I've never auditioned. In Mother-in-Law, we all went. I took that group, the set group.
Right.
I took it to Citizen TV.
The 12 of Machakos.
The 12 of my Machakos
Right,
West.
right.
We went, all of us, to Royal Media Services offices and went for auditions. I got the role. Another guy called Tony was told that he will enter Tahidi because of his age. At some point, he got into Tahidi, And most of my other friends have gotten into productions here and there because every time I'm in a production, I must pull someone.
Right.
I must pull my boys.
You remember your guys, man.
Obviously.
You always remember them up.
Do.
Right.
Be it prop, be it an actor, be it they need a car, my friend has a car.
Yep.
Let him earn it.
You build your
need a house, my friend has a house.
Yep.
I like empowering my circle so that we help each other.
Boss, I hope we have more of your kind.
I mean, I can't do everything.
Right.
I don't have all the houses. I don't have all the cars. I cannot act every other role. So why not share it around?
Well, you know what, Alfred, man? Sometimes they say when people make it, they forget to mention the wonderful names of the people they made the journey with on the tables that matter.
It's a bad thing, but yeah, that's...
The fact that you mention the names of those guys on the tables that matter, I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because you lose nothing by supporting your people as well.
What am I losing? Because
you lose nothing.
Someone else would have gotten that part.
Absolutely. Eventually, someone will still get it anyway.
So why would I limit, my friend?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Every time I hear there's a position, I must see, okay, who do I know? Okay, there's a job. If you fail, that's your problem.
I gave you an
You
opportunity.
the chance, yes.
Absolutely.
Next time we'll try something
else.
Yeah, but I cannot not show that I know. If I do, I will try push for my people. I will not be corrupt.
But I'm also sure these people you mention are people that you also know you can depend on.
Well, they are my childhood friends. Number one, like I have Sash, I have Chandler, I have people you can call right now and ask them, birthday Alfini Lini.
Right.
They'll tell you my birthday.
Right.
They'll tell you where I am right now.
Right.
They'll tell you where I was yesterday.
Right.
Because we bonded before all this.
Right.
And if you can have friends that you had before the fame and the glamour,
real friends. Real friends.
And you need to keep those.
And take care of them.
Not that you can't get some along the way, but you need to have that foundation intact.
Absolutely.
Because they remind you where you are. They address you the way you were addressed back home. And that reminds you, kumbuka. Tunaenda Machakos sanga. So you're grounded and then you're a bit focused, if I may say so.
Right.
Yeah, a bit, yeah.
But I think that's powerful. You never know who's in the audience. Give it your very best.
Give it your best.
Even for your own standard, man. Keep giving it the best that you can.
You have to, bro.
So finally, you guys get on set.
Get on set.
Right.
We do Makutano Junction. I did season 5 and 6. It was a very good experience. It was an eye-opener.
Right.
I got to see how a professional set is run. Because locally, Makutano Junction is the most professional set you can ever find.
Right.
Able crew, able cast, detail to the extra. Everything good. They do a 3-day shoot for every episode. They go by the script. If it's like there's a time, there was Wambui Cairo is a very good writer. He's a very good script writer. She wrote a rainy episode.
Right.
The whole episode kuna nyesha.
Yep.
And then at that time we were shooting, it was dry as hell.
Yet we've got to have some rain.
Have to have some rain.
Right.
So the production was like, can we switch? The producers were like, why should you switch this? It's rain.
Yeah.
We're going to give them rain.
Let's manufacture some rain.
So they brought 4 water bowsers from G4S to create rain. And they made the episode look so rainy. The streets were soaked.
What?
You can imagine. So the crew had to be draped in the polythene papers. The cameras had to be, covered. Wow. They had so much work to do, and they delivered in the 3 days. Wow. So the coordination in that show was
A1.
I was just learning every day. And the people who were there right now are the bigwigs. Like, every crew that was trained, it was a training process. Every time, by the time you get into a position in the crew, you have to be trained first. By them. And they had an international director, international crew. They have Jim Bishop. Jim Bishop used to follow Beyonce. And he quit his career out there and settled in Kenya. And now he's one of the best DOPs you can have. We have Sami Maina. We have people who are nurtured, and right now they're all over. He's in Nigeria, I think. We have Akina Kamicha, who are now doing it big for local and for international. So I love the way Media grew talent and crew and nurtured and brought it out. You won't be there like the DOP forever. You do 2 years, step off, someone else gets into your position, steps off. So it brought up a generation of very good crew. Very good crew. But at some point, I follow my heart a lot. So my heart told me to leave Makutano Junction at the peak, because I was supposed to do season 7 and 8, but I chose to step off because I was approached by Naomi Kamau, another legendary scriptwriter. I'm sure you've heard of her. During Makutano, she was an actor there as well.
But even as you exited, it must have been great interacting with such professional guys.
Awesome.
Some of the big names we've also known in the industry.
It was great, Mtuangu.
Great learnings and everything else.
It was a great environment, because to see someone like Naomi Kamau approach me and be like, I've seen what you've done. And there's another show we are coming up with Citizen TV. Would you kindly, I want to write a character with you in mind. The way you said, do your best.
You never know who is in the audience. You never know who is watching
and then
you.
She was a cast member, so she was like, I'm sure she was like, hey, this kakijana, come here. So I agreed. And she wrote a character with me in mind. But I still had to go for the auditions. And I was like, I have this group from Machakos. Can I bring them along for the auditions?
Yet again, you don't leave your guys.
Never ever. So we came on the audition, and then they rubber stamped my role. It was Swappo. I was her brother in Mother-in-Law. And it was a good stint from 2008 to 2010. I did around 3 to 4 years. And then again, as an artist, you cannot do one painting all your life. Picasso didn't just do one painting. You have
need
to
keep
do this.
A couple of them.
Yeah, you need to be all over the place. For you to be versatile. For you to find your other inner powers, if I may say, because I believe my craft is very powerful. I can become you in a minute. I mean, I can. Oh yeah, and do a good job at it. I'm sure. So it's,
you might just get me fired.
Very easily. So I felt a desire to not be comfortable and not settle with one role all my life. So I opted out, and I decided, let me spread my wings and see how it will work. It was not easy.
And Mother-in-Law was big even then.
It's still big.
Still big even today.
We did a good job.
Absolutely.
The foundation was concrete.
Absolutely.
That's why the fruits are still...
Correct. Correct.
So after I got off Mother-in-Law, it was very hard for me to get a job. Very hard. Because everybody had engraved their perspective of me as Swappo. As this geeky, cheeky guy, earrings and, whatever, makeup and whatever. And I tried to venture into other productions. At the time, there were very good there was Alison Productions. She was doing Siri and some good productions. There was Changing Times. There was every other good production. But they were like, Alfie, you're good, we know. But the audience already embodies you as Swappo. I need you in my show as a lawyer. By the time I get Swappo out of their minds, it's going to be episode 10. And I want this show to catch on episode 1.
You had become too big on Swappo.
It was too much. Like, for example, Omosh. To get Omosh to do a teacher, people will be like, you saw Omosh in that show doing he was a teacher. And it's not that. You need to be different things every other time. Like right now, I thank God because when I get into a stage or when I meet people, you'll call me Swappo, someone else will be calling me Manu, someone else will call me Teacher Alfred, someone else will call me something else,
Right.
someone will call me Silas.
Right.
And that's more joy for me because I'm like, wow, these are like 4 of my production.
It paints the pictures of all your
These are my
different
portraits.
journals.
These are now my portraits now. It is my museum. You know?
Right, right.
And it's a very fulfilling vibe when you see that.
Right.
So it was a hard 3 years of my life.
Yep.
Very hard. People are like, hey, Alfie, mazi after talking mother-in-law, hey, you know, he went down. You know, guys are like, hey, kwa nini ulitoka mother-in-law? I'm like, I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to make this diverse character. I don't want to be so narrow.
Yep.
No. It's a very bad decision. You ulijitupa. Where you guys distance themselves from me. Others said I'm crazy for leaving such a good job, you know. As in crazy mad. Someone told Naomi that Alfie is picking papers in Machakos.
Things have just gone down.
She called
completely.
me, I'm telling you, she called me up. She was doing Shamba Shepa around Eastern Province.
Right.
Then she calls me, Alfie, how are you? It's been a while. I'm like, I'm fine. How are you? Okay. I'm coming to Machakos. Can I
see you?
Can I see you?
Yeah, we can do coffee.
I'm like, yeah, why not?
Yep.
You let me know when you get around.
Right.
So she suggested where we meet.
Right.
So I get to where we meet. I
Right.
park the car, get out. So kumbe she was looking at me from some car distance.
Based on what she had had.
Trying to see if I'll turn up in a sack and, you know, my
The stories of a hand, are they real? Right.
So she sees like a guy, decent looking, you know, just the usual.
Yep.
Now you sit there, I buy her coffee, we
Right.
talk.
Yep.
I buy her some things that she needed at the time.
Right.
Then she's like, you know, Alfie, your friends are so bad. I'm like, why? Your friends told me that you're a Madare case.
Right.
I'm like, yeah,
You've
that's what
gone
friends
nuts.
do. I told her that's what friends do.
But I hope it's not the guys you kept holding hands.
No, not my people. There's people I met around the industry sphere.
Right.
But you know, if I see, for example, your friend, even if your acquaintance, somebody I've seen you around and every other day with, when they tell me something about you, I will tend to believe them because
absolutely, they are close enough.
I see you with him every other day.
Absolutely, yep.
So she got to think that that's the narrative because she was told by my close friends as per her perception.
Right.
So that taught me a lesson, and I got to learn that people are just people, and it's never that serious. When you engage with a person, do not expect what you give.
Right.
Just do you and get off, because some of these people that trash talked me and made me look bad are some people that I helped up from the ground.
Unfortunately, man.
You know,
I never understand why those scripts keep playing in that way.
It's a proverb, kikulacho.
Kingweni mwako.
You know, so
they're close enough to bite you.
Yeah, exactly. So we should be able to know that these things happen. It really tore me apart, but it was a lesson.
Right.
And it helped me like be what I am right now.
Right.
Because right now, if someone just walks out on me, I'd be like,
been there before.
so what do we do now?
Yeah.
How can we salvage this? Because it's people. You cannot change the mechanism of how a person works. You just need to work with the person for the while that they make sense to you.
And for that season?
Yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
You move on.
Yeah, don't really take it to heart, because you'll be mentally and emotionally drained, like I was, and it's not good for anyone.